Congratulations! Week 1 is complete. Here is how we finish strong today. First, in Part 1, we crossed the line from knowing to owning rules with 18 unprompted warm-ups. Second, Part 2 enters fresh real-world situations, from voice messages to client calls. And finally, Parts 3 and 4 convert that consistency into permanent instinct with our repetition round and a final lock-in quiz. Week 1 has been massive. Let's finish it perfectly in Part 1. Let's go. There's a difference between knowing a rule and owning it. Knowing means you can explain it if someone asks. Owning means you never even think about it because your mouth already says it right. Today, we crossed that line. Welcome back to Speora. I'm Adam, and this is Day 7, the final day of Week 1 in our 30-day English Fluency Challenge. Yesterday, we fixed 6 grammar mistakes together. Today isn't about learning them again. It's about proving they're yours now in situations you haven't practiced yet.
Hi, everyone. And honestly, after yesterday, I've been catching myself all week. In the middle of a sentence, I'll suddenly pause and go, wait, is this the make a photo mistake? It's a strange new habit, but I think it's a good one.
That pause you're describing, Luna, that's actually the exact moment fluency is being built. It feels slow and a little awkward right now, but it disappears with repetition. Today, we're going to remove that pause completely by using all 6 corrections in brand new situations.
I like that. Yesterday felt like learning the tools. Today feels like actually using them on a real job.
Perfect way to put it. Let's warm up quickly, just to check what's already sticking. Luna, imagine a friend tells you exciting news, and you want to say you feel the same way they do.
I agree with you. Wait, I almost said I am agree out of habit, but I caught it.
That catch is everything, Luna. You corrected yourself before I even had to. That's real progress, not memorization.
It felt strange, like my brain flagged it half a second before my mouth said it wrong.
That's exactly how instinct forms. Let's try another one. Imagine you're at a family dinner and your aunt asks how old your younger cousin is now.
She is 12 years old.
Excellent. And did you notice you self-corrected mid-sentence again?
I did. It's like I hear the wrong version starting, and now I have half a second to stop it.
That half second is the whole game, Luna. Early on, mistakes happen because you don't hear them at all. Now you're hearing them before they even finish. Let's push that further. One more warm-up. Imagine your coworker sends you a document and asks if you have any questions.
I would say, can you explain me the third section? No, wait. Can you explain the third section to me?
Perfect correction. And notice, you didn't need me this time.
That felt really good, actually.
It should, because that's exactly the goal of today. Let's take these instincts and stress test them in real conversations you haven't rehearsed yet. Congratulations! Part 1 is officially complete. Now get ready for your next upgrade in Part 2, Fresh Situations. We are taking our lessons directly into real-world context, practicing across new conversation scenarios like a cafe chat, an office budget discussion, and a spontaneous party toast. Let's dive in and practice where it matters most. All right, Luna, let's move into fresh territory. I'm going to put you in situations we didn't cover yesterday, and I want you to use this week's 6 corrections naturally, without me prompting first.
Okay, that's a little intimidating, but let's go.
Situation 1. You're leaving a voice message for a friend about weekend plans.
Hey, it's me. So I discussed the trip with my sister, and she's actually turning 30 this year. So I'm 25, but she's older than me. Anyway, can you take a photo of the tickets and send it to me? I totally agree we should book soon.
Lona, that was completely clean. All 4 corrections used naturally in a message you built yourself.
I didn't even notice I was doing it until you pointed it out just now.
That's the target, invisible correctness. Situation 2. You're texting a colleague about a proposal you disagree with slightly.
I'd say, thanks a lot for sending this over. I agree with most of it, but can you explain the budget section to me? It sounds very interesting, but I want to understand the numbers better before we discuss it in the meeting.
Beautifully done, Luna. And notice how naturally very interesting came out this time. No hesitation at all.
Yesterday, I would have said very much interesting without even noticing.
Exactly, and that's the difference 24 hours of active correction makes. Situation 3, a slightly harder one. You're giving a toast at a friend's birthday party.
Okay, this feels more pressure, but let's try. So I just want to say I'm so happy to be here. I agree with everyone who says this year has been amazing for you. We discussed this speech for days, honestly, and I even asked someone to take a photo of us before the party so we'd remember tonight. Thank you very much for having us.
Luna, that was genuinely lovely and completely correct across all 6 patterns in an emotional, spontaneous context.
Honestly, I got a little caught up in the moment and forgot I was even being tested.
That's exactly when real fluency shows up, when you forget you're performing and you're just communicating. Let's do one final situation, a bit more formal. You're on a phone call with a client who's asking about a delay.
I understand your concern, and I want to explain the situation to you clearly. We discussed the timeline internally, and I agree we underestimated the workload. I'll take a photo of the updated schedule and send it over today. Thank you very much for your patience.
Perfect, Luna. Formal, warm, and completely accurate. 4 situations, 4 completely different tones, and all 6 corrections used naturally throughout.
When you list it like that, it's honestly hard to believe this was the same person struggling with these exact mistakes just yesterday.
That's the entire point of week 1, Luna. Not perfection overnight, but real, visible progress in 7 days. Let's lock this all in with one final repetition round and then test it properly with a quiz.
And that is part 2 finished. You successfully navigated all 4 real-world scenarios, from voice messages to client calls. Now it's time for part 3, our week 1 final repetition round. Get ready to build automatic instincts, drill 18 perfect sentences, and lock in your milestone lexicon. Okay, Luna, final repetition round for week 1. I'll say the sentence, you repeat it exactly, and I want extra confidence in your voice this time, since this is muscle memory now, not new information.
Ready.
I completely agree with you.
I completely agree with you.
I totally agree with that idea.
I totally agree with that idea.
Can you take a photo of us here?
Can you take a photo of us here?
Please take a few photos before we leave.
Please take a few photos before we leave.
Can you explain this section to me?
Can you explain this section to me?
She explained everything to me clearly.
She explained everything to me clearly.
I'm 25 years old this year.
I'm 25 years old this year.
My cousin is 12 years old now.
My cousin is 12 years old now.
Thank you very much for your help.
Thank you very much for your help.
Thanks a lot, and I really appreciate it.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it.
Let's discuss this before the meeting.
Let's discuss this before the meeting.
We already discussed the budget yesterday.
We already discussed the budget yesterday.
That sounds very interesting to me.
That sounds very interesting to me.
This year has been very exciting for us.
This year has been very exciting for us.
I agree we underestimated the workload.
I agree we underestimated the workload.
I'll explain the schedule to the team.
I'll explain the schedule to the team.
Fantastic! 18 more natural repetitions, which means you've now said these corrected structures dozens of times across 2 full episodes. Let's reinforce with vocabulary that's specifically about growth and progress, since that's what this episode is really about.
I like that theme.
Word 1, instinctive, meaning something that happens naturally, without conscious thought. For example, correcting yourself is becoming instinctive. Your turn.
Fixing these 6 mistakes finally feels instinctive instead of forced.
Great usage. Word 2, reinforce, meaning to strengthen something that already exists. For example, today's practice reinforced what we learned yesterday. Try it.
Repeating these sentences really reinforce them in my memory.
Excellent. Word 3, self-correct, meaning to notice and fix your own mistake without help. For example, you self-corrected twice in that last sentence. Luna?
I was proud when I managed to self-correct without your help.
Wonderful. Word 4, consistency, meaning doing something the same way, reliably, over time. For example, consistency is more important than perfection. Your turn.
I want to focus on consistency, not just getting it right once.
Perfect. Word 5, confident, meaning sure of yourself and your abilities. For example, you sounded very confident in that last role play. Luna?
I felt genuinely confident telling that story about the birthday toast.
Great example. Word 6, progress, meaning forward movement or improvement over time. For example, your progress this week has been huge. Try it.
Looking back at day 1, my progress already feels really visible.
Excellent. Word 7, muscle memory, meaning a physical or automatic habit built through repetition. For example, correct grammar becomes muscle memory with practice. Luna?
I think these 6 corrections are finally becoming muscle memory for me.
Beautiful. And word 8, milestone, meaning an important point marking progress. For example, finishing week 1 is a real milestone. Your turn.
Today genuinely feels like a milestone in my English journey.
That's the perfect word to end on, Luna, because that's exactly what today is. Let's close out week 1 properly with a full quiz, some tips for keeping this progress alive, and your challenge going into week 2. Muscle memory is officially locked. With 18 perfect sentence repetitions drilled, part 3 is in the books. We are moving right into our final progression. Part 4, the Fluency Lock-In. Get ready for your 5-question quiz and the 5 strategy tips you need to turn this consistency into a permanent habit. All right, Luna, for week 1 quiz. 5 questions, and I want your most natural, unprompted answers.
Ready.
Question 1. Tell me, using correct grammar, how old you are and how you feel about that.
I'm 25 years old, and honestly, I agree with people who say your 20s go by fast.
Great answer. 2 corrections used naturally in 1 sentence. Question 2. Ask me to explain something to you, as if we were in a real meeting.
Could you explain the report to me before Friday?
Perfect. Question 3. Thank me for helping you with something, using natural phrasing.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your help this week.
Wonderful. Question 4. Tell me you'd like to talk about a topic later, without using about incorrectly.
Let's discuss that a bit later, if that's okay.
Excellent. And question 5. How do you feel about your English compared to 7 days ago?
Honestly, 7 days ago, I didn't even know I was making these mistakes. Now I catch them before they happen, and that feels like a completely different level of awareness.
5 for 5, Luna, and every answer used this week's corrections without any hesitation. Now, 5 tips to keep this week 1 progress alive as we move forward. Tip number 1. Don't stop repeating these sentences just because week 1 is over, since fluency fades without maintenance, the same way any physical skill does. Tip number 2. Listen for these same 6 patterns in shows, podcasts, or conversations you hear this week, because recognizing correct English passively strengthens your production actively. Tip number 3. Teach someone else one of these corrections if you can, since explaining a rule out loud cements it far deeper than just practicing it yourself. Tip number 4. Don't panic if you slip back into an old habit occasionally, because progress isn't a straight line. It's a pattern that strengthens over time, not overnight. Tip number 5. Treat week 2 as building on top of this foundation, not starting over, since pronunciation, which we begin tomorrow, works best on top of grammar you already trust.
Tip 3 is one I want to actually try. I have a friend who's also learning English. I think I could actually teach her the explain me mistake this week.
That's a wonderful way to use this, Luna. Teaching genuinely accelerates your own fluency. How do you feel heading into week 2?
Honestly, a week ago, I would have said nervous, but today, I feel ready. Like I actually have a foundation now instead of just hoping I'm saying things correctly.
That's exactly the transformation week 1 was designed for, Luna. Let's recap everything from this week. First, we fixed I am agree into I agree. Second, we fixed make a photo into take a photo. Third, we fixed explain me into explain to me. Fourth, we fixed I have 25 years into I'm 25 years old. Fifth, we fixed very much thanks into thank you very much. And sixth, we fixed discuss about into simply discuss.
And today, we proved all 6 work naturally across voice messages, texts, toasts, and client calls.
When you say it all together like that, week 1 honestly feels like a complete transformation, not just 6 small fixes.
In many ways, it is, Luna. If this week helped you build real, lasting confidence, give this video a like. It genuinely helps more learners find this challenge. And if you haven't already, subscribe and turn on notifications, because tomorrow we start week 2 and pronunciation, starting with the one sound that instantly reveals a non-native accent.
Here's your homework before tomorrow. Say all 6 corrected structures out loud one more time tonight, but this time use each one in a sentence about your own real day, not a script.
And in the comments, tell us which of today's 4 role-play situations felt the most natural to you. We genuinely read every single one, and it helps us build even better episodes for week 2.
We built a real foundation together this week, one mistake at a time.
Exactly, Luna. Week 1 is complete, and you didn't just learn 6 corrections, you made them yours. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 8 and the start of week 2.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, everyone.